Hey everyone, so this is part 3 of the EDC, the additions to the EDC pouch and the toolkit, tool roll. So, next thing I'd like to mention is China and chalk. What am I talking about? Well, these two. So, China graph pencils, these are by Staedtler. Staedtler Lumicolor, the non-permanent, and I'm trying to see if I can sort of, there we go. There is the product code, article number. That refers to the red one. A red one is really good for marking on maps, or just to when I had to cut some plywood, and also I had to cut a sort of a piece of hard plastic that I wanted to shape into a spool to put paracord around. So this was really useful for that, and I found that these work great on absolutely everything. And they're easy to rub off as well. Chalk, part of that. I always keep them together. So chalk, this is just white chalk. It's a pencil type. You can sharpen it with just a standard Staedtler sharpener. And then twist. Excuse me. This is by a company called Caran-d'Ache. It's a Swiss company, and that is the product number there, 2152-001. Now, chalk is very important and very helpful. For example, going about on your daily routine, you come across, if there's a first aid incident, if you see someone fall or something, and you try and help them. Now, obviously, if they fall backwards, they might have injured their spine, so you shouldn't really move them. But if they haven't, and you need to put them into, say, like the recovery position, say if they're having like an epileptic fit, or if you come across the patient and you don't want to move them, but you need to write something, because the patient, say for example, God forbid, if it's a lady and she happens to mention to you that she's pregnant, she might be only a few months pregnant, and it might not be sort of physically visible, kind of thing. So you can literally just write down on the floor, if it's a hard surface, pregnant, with an arrow, or patient pregnant, or if the patient, if you find out that the patient is a diabetic, or if you suspect a spinal problem, then obviously you're not going to move the patient, but you're just going to write like spine with an arrow, just showing towards the paramedic that this patient might have a spine problem. I think that makes communication a lot easier, because in the past I've come across, just doing travel, I've come across a couple of patients, people just had an accident. And one of the things was, when I was at the airport, one of the builders there, as I was going past, he was just literally he was like bending over on the floor on his two hands and on his knees like that, and literally everyone was walking past him, and he just looked like kind of pain. And I'm really quite nervous in public, so I just kind of walked up to him. It was like almost the first time that I actually intentionally walked up to someone and said, "Are you okay?" And he said, you are the first person who's actually walked past me and asked me that question. Actually, I'm not okay, I need some help. And what had happened was, he'd done something to his back. I think it was like a slip disc or something. And when the paramedic did come, the paramedic was very arrogant. He just said, "Okay, are you medically trained?" And I said, "Well, no, I know first aid, and I've been with this, I've tried to make him comfortable and so on." And he said, "Yeah, fine, that's fine. Go away now. I'll take over." And when that's okay, because he's the paramedic, he's the professional. But sometimes that kind of arrogance can cause problems. Say if that patient had another thing go wrong with him, and he was unable then to communicate to me or to the paramedic, and I tried to stand there and tell the paramedic something, it was highly unlikely that paramedic would have paid any attention to me. So if I could just write down that, I think that would be very important. So China and chalk. So yesterday I was mentioning about rubber bands, and my sisters gave me these. These are the metal-free pony bands. And I really like the fact that they're metal-free, because I can wrap them around a compass as well, like a normal, like a north-south compass, and they won't interfere with the magnetic needle. So these are really helpful instead of rubber bands, because these are quite strong and they really don't break that easily. So next, now if you are or happen to be naval inclined, if you're going out kayaking or you're on a boat or something, and if you need to find out where you are, and your equipment is damaged or something, you can really easily fashion a sextant. It doesn't have to be like a £500 sextant. Maybe you've forgotten to bring it. You can just fashion it with some pencils. So you need 3 pencils, and you need a right angle here, and then this angle, and you need this to be straight, so this is the right angle, and you can point this directly at the sun. You point this, sorry, apologize, this is your horizon, so you keep this on the horizon, and then you point this side here towards the sun, and then you can bring it forwards, you can bring it up or down, and the angle, if you keep this, sorry, I'm trying, so this angle is the latitude, and then you can work out your longitude as well. By using an almanac, so that you can actually just easily fashion the a really simple, but it does actually work, a really simple sextant. And again, I've used rubber bands here, but I would highly recommend that you use pony bands. Furthermore, again with the let's do this. So with that, if for a bit of accuracy, you can very easily, I would suggest you could carry a protractor to get the exact angle, and a divider for maps. Then you can transfer that information onto the map, so that will make it navigation a lot easier. Okay, just put that to a side. Now again, if you're on a boat or if you're on a kayak at night, it's actually a very good idea to make sure that people know where you are and which way you're heading. Now you can't always communicate that, but you can communicate if your batteries run out or something, you can communicate that with light sticks, and this is the color arrangement that you need. So you need a red light stick for your left side or the port side, a green light stick for the starboard or the right side, a white for the back, and then like that for the front of the kayak or the boat. And these have actually been used by sailors, when their lights they've had like a malfunction with the lights, the fuses have gone and they don't have any spares and it's an emergency, so you can actually really easily fashion things like that. So I always keep this set with my nail dry bag as a set, and it's dedicated to my boat. So if I ever have a problem, I hope I don't, but if there's ever a problem, then I can utilize this. Now I really want to get into sort of canoeing and kayaking. Obviously I'm still housebound, but if I ever manage to get some physical fitness back, I dream of being able to do that. And I would always carry a set of these, 2 white, a red and a green. Make sure that they are 12-hour glow, intense 12-hour glow. That will last you that will obviously get you through the night, and also it will get you through the night safely, together with the Ultimate Survival Technologies retro reflector tape that I showed you. I'm trying to actually find it. It was here. Oh, excuse me. So these together will actually be very good for signaling at night. What else? Paper clips. I already have 2 paper clips in here, but they are the smaller, the 19mm version. They're also known as fold-back clips or bulldog clips sometimes. So these are the 19mm ones, 19mm across, that I have in there, but I want to replace them with the 25mm ones, because these are a lot more stronger, and even if you just have 4 of these, they can be used for so many things, and they are just a lot stronger, and they're a lot they can take a lot more weight. So I'm going to put, instead of the 19mm ones, I might just keep 2 19mm ones in there, but I definitely want to put 4 of the 25mm ones in there in my pouch. I'll take that care of later. Okay, so a number of other things that I wanted to share. So one of these screwdrivers, now this one is totally up to you. I've seen a lot of people carry these, but personally I find them to be a lot difficult. I'm talking about the Stanley screwdriver. This is literally quite popular with everyone, but for me, because I have really weak arms, I had to get my Leatherman and give this a good twist, and now even now I'm trying to pull it it might not look, you probably can't feel it obviously because it's just the camera, but it takes a considerable amount of force for me to pull these out, and when it is new it is extremely difficult. I had to hold this like that and just use my Leatherman to get this out, and even then it took a lot of pressure. These have been useful to me, but I'm not sure if I would carry it or not, but I'll let you tell me, because I've seen a lot of people carry these. Literally it's like almost standard, like a Sharpie in everyone's pouch. It has been useful, but to change them around it's quite difficult. So just let me know what your experiences are with this. Okay. Cleaning, again with the brushes that I showed you yesterday, I have about a half of the scorch pad, the green scorch pad that you use for washing, cleaning dishes. This is fantastic for removing rust. I cut it into, I think, I still have 2 sections in here. So this is fantastic for cleaning, rust and items of your equipment. If it gets really, really muddy, or you need to just remove something that is quite difficult to remove, like it's just say if you're painting your house or something, if you were painting something, or if you were spray painting something, just use some. These would be really good to just get with the paint remover, just to scrub it off without damaging your shoes or without damaging your trousers or anything, or just your equipment. These are really, really good to have with you. Wire, some steel wire. This is a roll of steel wire. I think this is 24 gauge steel wire, and 2 olive green, 2 yellow. I've just put some tape on there because there's just some nails to hold the tops. I probably won't have all of this. What I want to do is cut this bobbin. I have the jigsaw cutter. I'm going to try and cut, so I only have 1 bobbin with me, because I think that's probably all I need to just to fix things. And this is just a lot more stronger than the standard the brass kind of wire. So definitely some gauge wire with you, just strong gauge wire, or stronger gauge wire, I should probably say. Okay. Yeah, one thing I have really found helpful over the couple of days, recently part of my ceiling, the chimney was leaking when I had the roof done, and the builders had just left the top of the chimney open, so water had dripped in, and a part of the ceiling collapsed, and I was excavating it. The other knife, the knife I was using, actually I damaged it, but so I ordered this one. This is the Stanley Fat Max. Now I really, really love this. It was a bit difficult just to get used to it for the start, but I think this is a fantastic model. The model number is 10826. Stanley Fat Max, and then the number 10-826. It's a folding knife, so it folds open like this, and then you just push out the blade. And then there are some other types of knives where you can't retract the blade. With this one you can actually retract the blade, so it's just a lot safer. This would be fantastic for having on your boat. I think marine chandlery should really sell this, because it adds that extra degree of safety, especially if your hands are cold and you're shaking. This is really, really good. You can actually also put in a blade which is curved, so you can actually cut a rope with it, and when this is retracted, this can also, there is an indentation here to cut small amounts of thread on rope. And finally, on the inside there is this red tab, so you just push this red tab up, and then you can keep some blades in the well here. This actually came with, I think, 3 blades. There's 2 in there, and the 1 went into there. So again, yeah, a very, very good tool. That one for me has literally earned its place. This I bought 2. One has gone into my the tools that I have at home, and I'm now using that just to clean up things. And this one, obviously this won't go into my pouch, but this will go into my tool roll, and that obviously gets checked in. But this is really, really something that I absolutely love. And I think I will probably stop part 3 here. Thank you very much for watching. I know sometimes it can be long-winded, but it's just the way I speak, so I apologize for that. I have had some comments that I talk too much, but unfortunately, that's the only way I can explain things, and even then they are inarticulate. But I hope they help you, and I will try and make follow-up videos to this as well. Thank you very much for watching, and please comment and subscribe if you like, and I'll see you later.